Hey, this is James. We're going to wait a couple minutes here to let Facebook do its thing and tell everyone that we're live. While we're waiting, first of all, you'll notice that the topic of today is the psychology of happiness. Would you like to experience more happiness and fulfillment in your life? Most people say yes in today's world. And so if you would, then you're in the right place. Hang on, we're going to talk about that today. And we're going to give some scientific research to back up what we're going to talk about. Also, do you feel like life is throwing you some curveballs and making it difficult for you to be happy and fulfilled? You know, Toyota is shutting down many of its plants, so is GM. A lot of people have lost their jobs. There's all kinds of disruption going on in the world right now. Am I right? And so how do we experience more happiness and fulfillment in a disruptive world? We're going to talk more on that in just a moment. But while we're waiting for Facebook to notify everyone and everyone to roll in, let me just give you a couple of quick things. First of all, if you're not yet following me on Instagram, if you haven't found me, my wife and I share an account on Instagram now. It's James Arthur and Bear, B-E-A-R, Ray. We don't have individual accounts on Instagram. We do here, but on Instagram we share an account. So if you haven't found me on Instagram, follow us at James Arthur and Bear Ray. We post different things on different platforms, so you're going to want to follow there. Also on Twitter, it's James A. Ray 11. And we post different things on different platforms. So check us out there. Secondly, if you're not yet following me on YouTube, then jump over to YouTube. Not now, but when we get done here. And it's James Arthur Ray on YouTube. There's over 200 videos, and they continue to grow on every single topic you can imagine, from how to have more money, make more money, to how to have better relationships, to how to have more mental toughness, emotional strength, to how to have more health and fitness, to building a deep and strong spiritual connection, and so much more. So check out James Arthur Ray on YouTube. Use it as your resource. Finally, if this video impacts you in a positive and powerful way, then just do your friends and family a favor and hit the share button. It's really easy to do. Just hit the share button right down here and share this if it impacts you in a powerful and positive way. And you can be the judge at the end of this video. So now let's get started. And I see Maria's here and Anand is here and Ronnie is here. Make sure when you come in, you say hello. So glad to have you. Make sure you say hello. And if you have questions, you can put them down below as well. And I'll come back after the fact and answer them. Now, you notice that the topic is the psychology of happiness. Would you like to know the science behind how to be more happy and fulfilled? Well, let me just give you some of that science. My friend Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, that's a mouthful, right? Mihai Csikszentmihalyi has done mounds of research on what he calls the psychology of happiness. And he's studied over 150,000 people from 150 countries around the world, and he's come up with the qualities and characteristics that bring more happiness. Now, let me just say this, is that happiness is fleeting. You may not want to hear that, but it's true nonetheless. All emotions, either pleasure or pain, are temporary. Are you with me on this? Happiness is fleeting. It doesn't last. It's temporary. So is misery. It's temporary. All emotions are miserable. All emotions are temporary. And so what positive psychology tells us today is to stop chasing happiness. It doesn't mean you're not going to feel happy. You are. But no one is happy all the time. Are you with me on this? Anyone who tells you they're happy all the time is either lying to you or they're just full of it. Because no one is happy all the time. People who are always smiling and everything's wonderful, they really scare me. Those are scary people. Those aren't human beings. Those are robots. So stop chasing positive emotions is the first thing. And instead, what you want to go after is fulfillment. Now, fulfillment can coexist where happiness does not exist. You can be fulfilled even when you're not happy. Now stick with me here. Here's what Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's research proved. Again, in over 150 countries with over 150,000 people around the world, is that you are the happiest. You're the most fulfilled. Not when life is easy. In fact, just the contrary. You are the most bored and the most depressed when life is easy. Now, I know that that's contrary to what you've been programmed. You know, social media says, oh, I got to get more watch, I got to get more car, I got to get more money, you know, and I'm going to be happy and my life is going to be wonderful. And if I get a plane, then I'm really going to be happy. Well, let's think about this for a minute. Use some critical thinking here for a moment. Imagine a time, or remember the time when you got a new car. When you first wanted a new car, you thought, oh man, that car is going to be so amazing. And it's going to make me feel good. It's going to make me look good. It's going to be fun to drive. And you got the new car. Are you with me on this? And for the first few weeks, boy, it made you look good and it felt good and it was fun to drive. But then at some point in time, whether it was a few weeks or a month or several months, what happened? It just became a payment. It just became a transportation device from point A to B. Are you with me on this? It doesn't bring you the same happiness and fulfillment. Why? Because, please listen to me, happiness and fulfillment are an inside game. There's nothing outside of you that is going to give you anything that you don't have inside. It might temporarily give you a spike or a dopamine hit, but it's not going to sustain. Are you with me on this? And so what social media and what socialized mind has programmed us is that we should wait and work and hope and pray for easy. When life is going to be easy and oh so grand. Stop wishing for easy. That's illusion. Wish instead and pray instead for greater capacity and capability to get through the challenges life presents. Life brings your way. Are you with me on this? Stop wishing for easy. That's illusion. There's no easy. Wish for greater capacity and capability to get through the challenges life brings. And here's the irony. When you build greater capacity and capability, then the things that were once extremely difficult become easier. Are you with me? Does that make sense to you? I know it does. And so wish for greater capacity and capability. And so how do you develop greater capacity and capability? You grow the most and become the most in the crucible of challenge. Now, this is backed up scientifically, guys. Through Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's research, over 150 countries, 150,000 people, you know when you're most bored and most disempowered? When you're watching television. His research proves you feel the most bored and the most disempowered when things are easy and you're on Easy Street and you're watching television. When do you feel most happy and fulfilled? When you're going up against big challenges, when you're living on the edge. You know, Bersabeh, my wife Bersabeh and I work with relationships. And invariably, couples who have been together 15, 17, 20 years, when they reflect upon the most empowering and exciting and fulfilling times in their relationship, invariably, they reflect back on the times when they were really hustling, when they were really struggling, when they didn't know if they were going to make it, when they were working together for a common cause. And they go, man, you know, that was tough times, but it was the very best time in our life and in our relationship. You follow me on this? And you go, well, James, it's been tough times now since 2020. Okay, I get that. And I'm not very happy and fulfilled. Okay, you know why? Because you bought into the grand lie. You've bought into the social media lie. You've bought into socialized mind that says if you make more money, if you have a bigger business, if you have more toys, if this happens, that happens, if you meet the right mate, if you get, in better shape, whatever, you're going to be more happy and fulfilled. But the reality is you're not. Because there's nothing that you can acquire that will give to you what you don't have. You have to give this to yourself. Are you following me on this? Man, it's a game changer when you get it. I hope you're getting it. And so how do you go, James, I'm facing some challenges right now. I lost my job and I'm in lockdown and people are trying to tell me I have to get vaccinated and I don't know what to do and I'm facing all these challenges and blah, blah, blah. Well, let me promise you this. This is the greatest opportunity you've ever been gifted with. 2020, 2021 is the greatest opportunity that God and life have ever gifted you. And if you're not finding the gift, it's because you have bought into the lie that the challenges are here to make your life miserable. They're not. They're here to help you to grow. They're here to help you to wake up. They're here to help you learn more, become more. And if you're not taking advantage of it, then you have no one in the seat of responsibility except for yourself. Do you follow me on this? Now, this is not popular medicine, but it's true nonetheless, and not liking it is not going to change it. I don't like it either sometimes, but the fact is, not liking it is not going to change it. And so how do we have more happiness and fulfillment in these turbulent times? Well, I'm going to suggest to you that you have to become what I call a modern alchemist. Now, why alchemy? Because alchemy is about transmutation. Transmutation means to take one thing and to turn it into something completely different. What you must become able to do is take what appears to be trash and turn it into treasure. You have to take the sucker punches and the challenges that life brings to you, which, by the way, if you're getting sucker punched and you have challenges and you're getting kicked in the teeth, that's called life. And I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how big your house is. I don't care, how big your business is or what kind of car you drive. That's called life. And the bigger the life, the bigger the challenges. That's the bottom line. And to think otherwise is just illusion. It's just not even smart. And so what we have to do is we have to learn how to transmutate, how to take what appears to be trash and turn it into treasure. Are you finding the treasure in what appears to be trash in your life right now? If you're not, then what has to happen for you to find that? If you're not, then I can't find it for you, and neither can anyone. You have to find it for yourself. And you have to stop looking for outside sources and outside things to bring you the happiness and fulfillment that you truly desire and deserve. Because I'll say what I said earlier. This is important. Fulfillment can exist where happiness is not present. Happiness comes and goes. Fulfillment is sustainable. You have to become a modern alchemist. You have to learn how to transmutate what appears to be trash into treasure. And if that makes sense to you, which it has to make sense to you, then let me help you. My wife Bersabeh and I have a coaching program called the Art of Alchemy. Would you like to learn how to transmutate your challenges into grand opportunities? Because you see, in the Toltec tradition, which I'm a big fan of, they state that the average man sees everything in life as a blessing or a curse. The warrior, what they call the warrior, The warrior sees everything as a challenge and an opportunity. And guess what? You grow the most in the crucible of challenge. So guess what? You have the opportunity to grow right now. In 2020, starting in 2020, you had the greatest opportunity of your entire life. Did you take advantage of it? If you didn't, then when would now be the time to take advantage of it? Let me help you. We have a coaching program called the Art of Alchemy. It's our most accessible coaching program. And we get together every single Thursday night with a group of growth-minded individuals from all over the globe. And all these individuals are interested in alchemy and how to turn apparent trash into treasure, how to have the strategies, the skills, the techniques, the tools to turn trash into treasure. And it's our most accessible. Here's the crazy thing. You get 4 live coaching sessions every single month on Thursday night for $19.97 a month. That's less than $5. That's less than a gallon of gas in many places. Okay? $5, less than $5 every single week gives you a community that will connect you with. That's an amazing community of people from all over the globe. And you'll get the tools, the techniques, the strategies, live coaching sessions. And if you don't make the live session, that's okay, because guess what? We record every single one of them. And you get full access to a library of over 150 live coaching sessions are already there. And you have full access to them 24/7 for as long as you're a member. So if this makes sense to you, then come join our community. Let us plug you in to our community. Ronnie, amazing group. Ronnie's a member. Tommy says, great group. He's a member. There's a lot of members here who would love to meet you, and they will welcome you with open arms. God knows we need a community in today's world. God knows we need support in today's world. God knows we need tools to ferret the gifts out of the difficulties and the challenges that we're facing. So if that makes sense to you, there's a link right above my head. Just click the link. It'll take you to the landing page. And $19.97 and a credit card and put $19.97 on it will get you started. You can join us on Thursday night. We'll plug you into this community. You'll have access to the library 24/7, and you can get your questions answered. You get a private email that comes directly to me and Bersabeh, and you can ask your questions in advance, or you can ask them live. Come join our community. If you can't invest less than a gallon of gas in your own development and growth, in creating treasure from apparent trash, then you really need to check out your values. You really need to refocus. I want to thank you for a couple of moments of your day. Look, click the link above my head, go to the landing page, join the group, and if this video made a positive impact on you, then just make a positive impact on your friends and family. Hit the share button. Just hit the share button right down here and share it with those who need this support and need this kind of information. And let's all together become modern alchemists. Thank you so much for a couple of moments of your day. God bless. I'll see you on Thursday night.